Welcome back, YouTubers, to another Raw review with us, the dynamic dudes, the British Fist. Ka-ching indeed. Subscribe above, like this video, comment any thoughts you have on this edition of Raw down in that comment section below.
And please make sure you contact us in the links in the description box below.
Indeed, make sure you do. Now, this week's edition of Raw was a Memorial Day edition of Raw, even I should say. I botched the first line as I usually do in these Raw reviews, but we started out with a very long video package highlighting the main angle on Raw, which is this whole Johnny Ace, Big Show, John Cena thing. And with John Cena not being on the show, as we found out later, we kind of thought, you know, this is their way of trying to get him on the show a little bit more, showing a nice long video package to start off the show.
Yeah, with this still being the big buzz in the WWE, they're going to do as much as they can. And with Cena not being here, they still want to be involved in this Raw and in this feud. So I guess it was a good video package to show. It just went a bit too long for the opener of Raw.
Did John Cena not being there kind of dampen your spirits for the show, or oh yes, John Cena's not here, woohoo.
It was a very good thing to have not seen Cena there still in the spotlight in different segments, even though they've got Laurinaitis doing that now. But I do think when we get to it later, he may have been needed in some way.
Yeah, because a lot of the main angle of the show is mainly focused on Big Show, isn't it? And I think it's really to that point in time where, do people really care that much about Big Show where he's kind of like a main draw? Now, I'll just put that to you guys out there. Do you really care about Big Show enough to be like a main part of the show more than you would John Cena, for example?
There is just one thing before we get into this review.
What's that?
Dan, swap seats.
Oh yeah, forgot about this. Because Michael Cole and Jerry Lawler decided on this week's edition of Raw to swap seats. So we feel it's only a great tradition here at the British Fist that we do exactly the same thing. So there we go, we've swapped seats.
There we go.
Yeah, so we opened the show up this week, and if it's weird to you guys, trust me, it looks weird to me on the monitor. I'm so used to just sending my head that way, but there we go. We opened up the show with no other than Big Show talking about how he's doing his job. The fans actually chanted quite loudly for Cena in this segment, which was quite weird. I think it shows how well they're doing getting Big Show heel heat. Talking about how he'll do whatever he wants, doesn't want to put a smile on people's faces. He don't like people having a good time anymore, does he? Damn!
Not at all. And the thing about this is, okay, I've not really liked Big Show's promos as of recently, and with this particular one, it just felt weird, because first off, for the first half an hour of his promo that dragged on, it took him a while to mention the person he's feuding with Cena, so it took him a bit of a while. So in my opinion, it just got boring really quickly.
Yeah, I can see what you mean. Big Show on the mic for 10 minutes is not exactly the most exciting prospect, especially when he has one hand in his pocket like he does. Talks about John Cena betraying his friendship and that Cena will not beat him at the pay-per-view. Kind of standard heel kind of promo, I guess. Wasn't really the best opener in my opinion. It was kind of like Ian said, it was kind of boring. I thought the execution was okay. It's just that, are we really interested in this storyline? Probably not. That's all I'll say about that.
It showed that we do a good job hyping up. But finally, I'm glad that he did mention Cena and it warmed something up. But overall, not the best opener.
No, but a bit like most of his promo segments, really, isn't it? There we go. We had Santino versus Alberto Del Rio. This being based on that whole Ricardo Rodriguez-Santino thing, which was quite entertaining on SmackDown. Del Rio's the #1 contender, so he squashes the US champion Santino in about 50 seconds. Alberto Del Rio! Alberto Del Rio! Alberto Del Rio!
All I can say is that I'm pretty sure if Santino got his Cobra out, Del Rio would be scared.
He did get his Cobra out, and Del Rio kicked the Cobra, so there we go. Kick the Cobra FTW trending on Twitter worldwide. Talking about trending on Twitter worldwide, Alex Riley got some TV time this week, didn't he? And he was the #1 trend worldwide, according to WWE TV. I think that says so much as to how, you know, great of a talent Alex Riley is, and how, why the hell is he not in a feud on TV if he's trending #1 worldwide, if he's on TV for like, what, 30 seconds?
Twitter trends suck. And I'm glad Alex Riley got that, but obviously Twitter is not the WWE, so yeah, he's doing all this great stuff on Twitter, this Raw, but the WWE should be his main focus. Yes, you gave him a TV appearance with Eve and then Big Show, but nothing a lot for us to think, right, let's see what comes next for him. He didn't. He just got thrown into the wall, knockout. That's it.
Make sure you watch Superstars, guys. He's on there quite a lot. But Ryder v Catering, that was trending on Twitter as well, wasn't it? For some strange reason, I don't know why Twitter. Like you said, NJ, Twitter has some weird trends, and you would know. I don't know anything about Twitter, but there we go. We had a tag team title match on this edition of Raw. Kofi and Truth going in as the champions, going against Ziggler and Swagger. You kind of had to wonder why they were having a pay-per-view rematch on there. But then you kind of realised after the match that it was more going to be about Ziggler maybe going off as a singles guy, saying that he's beyond this. And to be honest with you, a guy like Dolph Ziggler, who you think could be in the main event, should be beyond being in tag team. So I think this was the right move.
Even though it was random, because obviously with a random title match, just because the champs won at the pay-per-view, that should be that's it. You got to deserve your rematch. But the rematch made sense in some way. Vicky got it approved, blah, blah, blah. And the main focus of having this match was to have the next storyline, which is Dolph Ziggler eventually going on his own and Swagger being left with Vicky.
Yeah, which is really what should happen, really. Whether they're going to turn Dolph Ziggler babyface or not, we don't know. But I do wonder, are they going to... Where are Epico and Primo and Abraham Washington right now? We haven't seen them on TV for a while, and we thought they were going to get a rematch, and we haven't really seen them on TV. It's kind of bit weird that they kind of hopefully they'll move on to that tag team feud now, but they haven't showcased them on TV for a couple of weeks now, have they?
That's a bit sad with Abraham Washington being involved, doing something with wrestlers that needed a chance. Mason Ryan, Epico Primo were doing okay, but it's just that he's starting to build up something that's got us wondering what's going to happen, what's going to come next. And for him not to appear for week after week after week, it's left us thinking, do we really care about it now? Is it important to the WWE? Have they even got an idea of what they're going to do? But I just hopefully they bring him back soon.
I keep my faith in AWNJ, Abraham Washington. I have to, for the sake of FCW. WWE decided to themselves on this edition of Raw, instead of maybe giving some TV time to some segments to hype up the pay-per-view, let's advertise WWE 13! So they had John Laurinaitis coming out on his scooter again, announcing that Cena and Big Show No Way Out would be a cage match. Johnny Ace... And then he reveals that mock WWE 13 cover, and I was thinking, oh, this is fantastic. Bigger than Pac-Man. Bigger than Pac-Man. Johnny Ace, yeah, he is bigger than Pac-Man. I'll say that right now.
And what I'm going to say about this is that about Ace, I find it really hard to hear what he's saying, understand what he's saying. So him just going into the ring. When I saw the game thing, I thought, oh, he must be talking about W13. Yeah. But then Punk came out. Again, I've questioned this before. Laurinaitis is in a feud with Cena, and they're bringing it to look like more it's Laurinaitis and Punk, but we all know that Punk can lay out Laurinaitis in promo, so it was good for that aspect.
Yeah, and CM Punk reveals that a much more charismatic wrestler is actually on the front cover of WWE 13, and it turns out actually the cover is CM Punk. Not just that, but this whole Revolution video that we had, which we thought could be a new superstar or something new coming into the WWE, was just an advertisement for WWE 13. I have no idea why.
Yeah, they warmed up, but this game's going to be a big deal. Let's see how it turns out.
Yes, big deal. Just like our main event, CM Punk versus Daniel Bryan. You kind of have to wonder, they've just had a match on pay-per-view, and 2 weeks later they're having a match on free TV in the our main event. It wasn't for the WWE title or anything, but I've got to question this, though. Can WWE not write for these feuds rather than just having a match? Do you know what I mean? It just bugs me a little bit that they have a match like CM Punk versus Daniel Bryan that could be a really good pay-per-view match, as we've seen it Over the Limit, and they're wasting it on free TV once again.
The thing is, we've seen this match numerous times, and the fact they're doing it again, so we're going to get it 3 times in a row again. Over the Limit, Raw, and then No Way Out. So we're getting 3 rows again. And I'm thinking, WWE, got a great wrestler here, great feud, great match, and you're just giving it to us almost 6 times coming up after No Way Out. So I think you're blowing this a bit too much.
Yeah.
But the match was good, I'll give it that. AJ coming out, I predicted her coming out of the pay-per-view, but for her to come out of the Raw, I guess they get it done over with. Made the match interesting, kind of slipped up in a few places, but it gave Daniel Bryan the win.
Yeah, I mean, as you would expect from Daniel Bryan and CM Punk, a pretty decent match. Like you said, AJ came down to the ring dressed in CM Punk gear. CM Punk fan number 1. God, I wish he was Daniel Parkin fan number 1, but that's just me. But I mean, they're trying to add AJ to this storyline now, and I guess the thing is with CM Punk Daniel Bryan is it was one of those feuds that was kind of like plodding along, not doing too much, and you kind of needed to do something Now, I'm not a massive fan of introducing AJ into this feud, even though I am a massive fan of AJ, but they've got to do something. You'd think the writers would come up with something a little bit better than this, but they're going to introduce AJ to the storyline, which hence why they got AJ and Danielson on the front cover of the No Way Out DVD, on the front cover of the No Way Out poster.
The way I would have done it is I would have stuck to the storyline that Brian wanted to prove to Punk that the whole tap out thing, I want to prove that I can beat you, and worked off that. In my opinion, the AJ thing, this relationship thing is just a bit, don't like it. Not the best relationship the WWE have had.
Crazed ex-girlfriend storyline.
Yeah, but again, it gave Brian the win. But the interesting thing for me were the match, the replay match that we've seen numerous times now. It was the fact that they may be hinting that Kane's going to be involved in this match.
Why? When these two guys can put on a fantastically good singles match, I don't understand why you're introducing Kane to it, personally, but there we go, well, that's just me.
It does follow on from last Raw, last SmackDown, the fact that Kane's got nothing to do, and the fact that, again, this would be a good way of doing something different, like we were talking about, to this Punk and Bryan rematch. Yeah,
but the thing is with me is, rather than have it as a triple threat, I really wish they'd develop a storyline between these two wrestlers. You know, that's just the way I would do it. But you had Bryan get the victory after exposing the turnbuckle, so I guess they're going to continue this going into No Way Out, whether it's going to be a triple threat match or just a plain out singles match. We don't really know, but I guess we'll find out, because after this Raw, we've got two Raws left of the pay-per-view, so we'll have to find out soon. Christian versus Miz for the Intercontinental Championship. Was it for the IC? No, it was just a Christian match, wasn't it? It's nice to see Christian actually facing a bigger name now than just like random jobbers, facing a guy like Miz, who's, I believe, going to be filming Marine Free soon, so he's going to be doing a fair bit of jobbing, just like he's been doing for like the last, half a year, 8 months?
Yeah.
Oh well.
But the thing about this match is that they had a special guest on commentary, none other than Cody Rhodes. And the thing about this, as much as I like him on commentary, giving his words, hyping up the feud, I really wanted, maybe this could have been a win for The Miz, because if Cody Rhodes interfered, but instead Cody Rhodes ended up walking up the ramp and leaving Christian to do the frog splash and just getting the win. So in a way, I'm kind of disappointed that they didn't make Cody Rhodes look semi-strong or clever during this match and gave Miz a fluky win sort of thing. But again, it gives Christian a win.
Yeah, I mean, they have, since he's won at the debut, they have been bringing him back pretty strong, making him win, within about, 3 or 4 minutes of his various different opponents he's had. I'm a big fan of, just simple booking. This is an example of the kind of simple booking that I do enjoy, which is why I watch things like FCW. It wasn't the most entertaining segment, but it was a more than effective segment, in my opinion, in the sense that when you give Christian the win, you have Rhodes walk off. They've got to find some. I mean, they should mainly promote this on SmackDown, so all the simple bookings should be on Raw, as they should really mainly focus on promoting this feud on SmackDown, in my opinion, as it is a SmackDown feud.
Even though it's a SmackDown feud, we all know that most of the eyes on Raw, and SmackDown gets the leftovers, especially as you've seen, this 3-hour Raw is on Raw and not a 3-hour SmackDown.
Yeah.
So I think all the big things should happen on Raw, and then the follow-ups, missing things, should happen on SmackDown. But that's just how I see it now.
It's just a shame that SmackDown is such a B show that the majority of the good segments involving the feuds will happen on Raw for SmackDown. But there we go. After this match, though, we had Miz complaining about not getting an opportunity. He was the winner of the 6-man tag that happened at WrestleMania, where Johnny Ace kept his job, and he's not getting an opportunity. And who comes out to RKO Miz? Well, I'll give it away.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, sorry about that.
The thing about this is that the Miz is cutting a promo. We all like it. We all knew that Soul was going to come out. And the fact that Orton's a big name and still going to have something to do with the pay-per-view one way or another, him coming out made sense, but we all knew what was coming. Instead of saying anything, he just walks straight up to Miz and RKO's him, and that's it. He just celebrates, looks happy, and that's it.
That's what he does best, essentially. But it was interesting afterwards when you had Dolph Ziggler and Vicky Guerrero looking at the TV screen. You had Dolph Ziggler saying, "That's who I want to be. That's what I want to be." And do you think they're teasing maybe an Orton Ziggler feud? Because now Jericho's injured. Suspended, I should say. They've got nothing for Orton to do. Do you think they could maybe put in a little filler feud there with Ziggler, maybe? Pay-per-view?
It could be, but at the same time, maybe he's saying that I should have been the one who came out and attacked the Miz, so maybe it could be a face turn for Ziggler. Either way, it would either be a feud with Orton, so I should be up there with Orton, or I should be up there doing what Orton did to Miz.
Could be a decent little filler feud for Ziggler, especially if they book him semi-decent, but there we go. That's a possibility that we got here. Sheamus versus Otunga. You know, once again, we're sitting here thinking, God damn, is this the best they have for Sheamus, the World Heavyweight Champion? You know, reminds me back in the days when, remember when Christian got injured and we kept having those filler matches with him versus Jinder, him versus Otunga, and he was just being used very sparingly on Raw and SmackDown. This is really reminding me of those days. It really is.
It's a bit sad because even with this match, yes, I think Laminate made this match. I don't understand him. Yeah, this match happened. But the thing I disappointed about this match and the earlier match, Sheamus weren't there for Del Rio's match. Del Rio weren't there for this match. So in a way, you're keeping them apart when you had two perfect chances to somehow combine this, hype up for the pay-per-view match. I know you've got 2 weeks to do it in them, but this was a perfect example. 2 different matches between the two people in the feud, and nothing happened.
I guess it's an example of 2 squash matches on the show made for both the opponents to look strong. And that's really it. That's all we got. But there we go. It's just a predictable segment, but in its own way effective. Main event of the evening. This got hyped up a fair amount during the show, didn't it? And this was a main event I was pretty interested in seeing. Big Show versus the 22-0, biggest streak than Undertaker at WrestleMania, Brodus Clay. Like Brodus Clay in the main event. Wow, I wonder, it'd be interesting to see the ratings on this main event segment, wouldn't it?
OMG, oh my god, Brodus Clay's in the main event. And the thing about this, he's going against Big Show, the guy that the WWE want to push back as a heel again. So it kind of made some fans think that is Big Show going to be the one to end the streak or the thing that Brodus Clay's going on. But this match got...
It didn't even happen, did it?
A bit out of hand, yes. And the first thing I want to say before I let Dan take over is that when they had him attacking Brodus Clay, laying him out, you have the tag champs come and attack Big Show. If anyone would have came down, you could have had Santino because Big Show attacked him backstage, or just someone different. Not really the tag champs who need to look good for their future opponents.
Yeah, I don't know why they put the tag champs in there, but I mean the whole thing with Big Show getting on the mic before saying that, you know, oh, he thought he was a sellout until he saw Brodus Clay and at least Doink the Clown had talent. That was some good shit. You had Big Show beating down Brodus Clay for about 5 minutes while the Funkadactyls watch from inside the ring. Oh, the Funkadactyls are so cute. And like you said, the tag champs come out and you're just like, well, they get owned. Just like, well, why introduce them to it? But basically, I think it's pretty much said and done here that everyone got by Big Show in this main event segment, NJ?
Yeah, they got. But the thing about this is, Big Show dominated the whole of Raw. He was in numerous segments throughout the night. He's in the main event, which makes sense because he needs to warm him up before his match against Cena. But this really didn't work for him. I didn't really feel that this was a great main event, a great thing for Big Show. And the ending dragged on as Big Show just went...
It did drag on a bit, I'll give you that. I think the segment made him look like a beast. I think that's what it was essentially done to look like. And without Cena there, Big Show was the main focus of the show. And like I said, it will be very interesting to see how many people actually care about Big Show in the ratings, really, in my opinion, and see whether this decision to make Big Show a big part of Raw rather than maybe CM Punk, who maybe doesn't draw in that many viewers. See, that'll be an interesting decision by WWE. So you didn't like this main event?
No, this is the point at the beginning of the show when I said this would be a perfect chance for Cena to come, because when Big Show was all wasting time walking up the ramp, I was expecting maybe Cena to come up behind an attack or something like that, just so Cena gets one over on Big Show after last week. But instead, John Laurinaitis raises his hand and copyright. But yeah, whoa. And yeah, not the best.
Your overall thoughts on this edition of Raw, NJ?
Not the worst Raw, because there was quite a bit in this that hyped up something for No Way Out. Some interesting segments that tease things, as we saw, and I think the teasing is going to eventually lead to something. But like I said, it could have been done better in different aspects.
Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of teasing, not enough giving, in my opinion, which is kind of what we need on this Raw right now. The whole show was pretty much focused around Big Show. Be interesting to see what people think about the show being focused around Big Show. Our main event with Punk and Daniel Bryan and Kane, you know, depending on how you look at that, this wasn't the most entertaining Raw. We're kind of getting used to having not really that many entertaining Raw, so you kind of have to look at it in the sense that, are these segments doing their job? And a lot of the segments tonight were very simple. Some of them were effective, some of them were predictable, some of them were boring. It's a kind of like, to me, it's just, I look at it and I think to myself, God, this is just another average Raw. And without Lesnar there, it kind of, you don't have that real standout segment on the show. Cena wasn't there, of course. So you're missing a lot in these Raws right now.
And I have one big question. Obviously, I know it's not a feud for another few more months, but there was a lawsuit going on with Heyman and Triple H, and they really followed up on that. So with this Raw, yes, it's doing things for No Way Out, but there are other wrestlers who could be involved in this just to add more bigger moments to these Raws.
Yeah, and the main angle on Raw right now is one involving Big Show and John Cena, a WrestleMania 20 opener rematch, NJ, but there we go. So, anyway, you guys leave us your thoughts on this edition of Raw down in that comment section. Let us know your thoughts on Big Show being a big part of the show and some of the segments we got on there. Now I'll hand you over to the very esteemed and rightful NJ.
We've been mirrored for this video. Until next time, people, from Mr. Parkin and me, NJ, hope you've enjoyed Raw. Share your thoughts in the comments below. And until next time, goodbye.